He's not strong.
No, imps are not very strong.
He has -2 strength.
All right, go ahead and roll anyway. That's fine. We'll see what it ends up being.
12.
Okay. Yeah, that's more than enough. So what are you doing again? What is he
Trying
doing?
to pick up his arm and like tap it against where it should be.
Dre's kind of like looks over at the imp and just he he looks
Like trying to connect the stub to.
he reaches out with his left hand and just holds the arm and actually shakes the hand and says, "No, this is fine. I'll just keep my left arm."
Did you talk this over with Dre? He's like,
Yes.
okay.
Yep.
I was assuming that, yeah.
Yep.
No, knowing Corey, he probably suggested it.
He did. Yeah. So he kind of like looks around. Dre's looks around at the battlefield. Well, I guess we killed everything, right? Right? Yes.
Yes.
Well, none of them are moving.
Good.
I think we should get or something.
Yeah, we probably
Tell them
should.
we're right.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Jen was talking. I think.
Yeah.
I don't think I was.
Go ahead.
Oh. Listen, I think we should get Einar and like tell him we were right about the vampire.
That's probably a good idea.
Why is it that whenever we come into this town, something happens? Every time.
I mean, according to what Einar told us, things have been happening while we weren't here, so at least it's better that something happened that we could counter.
Still.
On that note, and I'm gonna look at Twitch and Dre's and Alin. What happened? What?
Oh, and Squirt. Squirt was the
Squirt was the other one. Yeah.
I don't think Alin was with us.
Yeah.
I mixed up who all was in the first group.
Squin.
The people who got ambushed.
Yeah. Dre's is gonna start. We were just minding our own business, walking to the south side of town when and he kind of like looks over at Twitch.
Sorry, say that again.
I said Dre's like we were just walking to the south side of town, minding our own business and he looks over at you.
Yeah, we were just coming to check on things. I think that's what we told him.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, I mean, you guys knew what we were up to. We were coming to check on what's his face down here, the one that was giving you guys the stink eye. And I mean, we got ambushed. Clearly, we were here in the nick of time. Can you imagine if this had happened and we weren't here to witness it?
I mean, yeah, but still.
Well, at least somebody made enough noise for the rest of us to hear.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, should someone stay to guard the bodies and someone go fetch Einar? I could go to do that if you want.
As you guys are talking, Squirt comes around from behind you, Twitch, and kind of like pulls on your vestment, your clothing. Hey, go ahead, Squirt.
I found these, and there's a note on them. And what could it mean?
I wasn't here when you were describing it all. What did you find?
It's a note that says oh shoot it says
The
oh,
lenses
shoot.
reveal the map.
Yeah, the lenses show the secrets of the map.
There it is.
And she
Okay,
holds up
so
a pair of.
it's a parchment or it's a pair of glasses?
It's both.
Both.
It's a pair of glasses. Well, they're not quite like glasses. It's like if you were holding up like a magnifying glass, but it's on both sides. The little handles on both sides. You'd have to hold it up with both hands to your face. So it's kind of
So
like
it's like
glasses, but not
glasses.
quite the same. Yeah, and it says there's a note with it that said the lenses show the secrets of the map.
Hmm. And Squirt's handing them out to Twitch.
Yes.
Handing them
I
up
think
to
Twitch would open up the lenses or however that would work and like put them on Squirt's face.
Squirt, the whole area around you goes blurry. You cannot focus on anything. It's like putting on the wrong prescription glasses. You do notice something odd though. All of the colors have changed. It's not normal colors. What would normally be green is now red. What would normally be blue is now yellow. It's very distinctly different colors, but blurry at the same time.
I think I'm drunk.
Glasses of color blindness.
Drunk or high on mushrooms?
Ooh, you never really know.
Oh man.
Could be both.
Then Twitch is gonna take the map and like open it up and hold it in front of Squirt's face.
It's just a note. It's not actually the glasses, or not actually a map. It's just a note that says that.
That's what I was trying to ask.
Yeah. Sorry.
Have we searched the other
Okay,
set
well,
of bodies?
Nope.
Holds up the note.
You have not.
I would like to search the bodies of Vampire Guy and his guys.
All right. Roll me an investigation check.
Where is investigation? Here we go. Dirty 20.
Yeah, you find some good stuff on that. As
Alright.
you walk over, Dre's kind of like gets himself up and like kind of starts walking over to the undead side of things as well. Dre's, if you're listening, would you raise any of these creatures? And I'm gonna continue on. You search through the body of who you now know as Argus, and as you search through the body, you don't find anything immediately. Upon searching the body, you find a symbol that you would expect to find on all of these creatures, that you find on all the undead. All the undead on the middle of their forehead in like as if it was stamped on with a hot iron is the symbol of Miracle on every single one of the undead. Argus does not have it on his head. As you search the body, you find the tattoo emblazoned on him on his back, and it takes up his whole back. It is very, very large. The other thing that you do find on his body is a smoking, what looks like maybe a ring on his finger. It's hard to tell because if it is a ring, there's no shine to it. It's literally just smoke.
Can I take the smoke? Like,
Yeah.
is it something I could touch?
Yeah, you kind of grab the ring and try and pull it off.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm scared.
Would it be fair to say that's in sight of Kiva? Or is that a little distance away?
No, that's. I mean, the ring is probably not in sight yet, but a Lynn looking through the body is absolutely seeable.
Okay, cool. Well, if she doesn't see him actually reaching for something, she's not going to react to it.
Okay. Well, okay. So you would see a Lynn like messing with the hand for sure. You just wouldn't be
Okay.
able to see this ring. And
Okay.
as that's happening, and we'll get to that in a second. Lynn, you're going to
And
be
that's
able to
fair,
slide
'cause I'm
that off.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
I was going to say that's fair because Kiva is probably, I am probably still fussing over Dre's a bit.
Yeah, probably. And so as all of that's happening, Jen has kind of stepped away from the party and started walking towards the town master's house, where Jen, within about 30 seconds, you see Einar already headed to the scene of the crime.
And I say exactly what I texted you.
Okay. All right. Yeah, he just yes, and let's go look. And he starts walking with you back.
Do I win something for being right?
No, Jin, you don't win for being right.
Fine.
This is gonna be a hell of a day, I can already tell. And the two of you kind of make your way back towards the party. Meanwhile, Alen, you've taken this ring off, and as you take this smoking ring off, Draze is looking at it pretty intently as well. It is, in fact, it looks exactly like what a ring should look like. It's just entirely made of smoke.
Oh, this is interesting.
Do you attempt to put it on?
No.
That's interesting.
I found this ring. Does anyone have identify?
That's a good question.
Kiva looks back at Draze because Draze is the
Yeah,
one that
let me
has done
go-
that for all of our stuff
let me-
before.
Actually, yes. Dre's looks at you. Actually, yes, I do. If you give me a few minutes, I should be able to figure out what this is. Or I could just put it on.
Please don't put it on.
You sure?
I like how that looks. Let's see what we can find out about it before putting it on.
Yes.
Okay,
And-
fine.
Are you sure you can do it? Do you need help? Like, she kind of like motions at his missing arm. Like,
Dre's just kind of like looks at you for a moment, not realizing that he still has a missing arm, and he like squints at you like, "Why do I think I need help?" No, I should be all right. I only need one hand for this.
okay, all right.
Yeah, so Draze begins to cast Identify on this ring. He pulls out a little pearl out of his bag and just kind of like holds it up to his head, almost as if he's trying to look through this pearl, and he's just staring intently at this ring while moving his left hand and bringing the gem back up to his head and then bringing it back down to the ring again.
And he's ritual casting that.
He's working on ritually casting Identify. Yes.
Okay, while he's doing that, Kiva wants to go ahead and just regularly cast Detect Magic, see what she can see just with that.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. Go ahead and cast that, and it is in fact quite a magical ring.
Okay.
It is.
What sort of magic?
You know the. Okay. Yeah. You know the school. 1 second, and I will tell you the school.
Do, do,
I
do.
believe it's necromancy, but I just want to double check.
I mean, that sounds right, just based on the description.
It's owned by a vampire.
Yes, it is necromantic ring. Very much the whole ring. You can see when you cast Detect Magic, it no longer smokes for you. You can see what looks like a black ring with bright red crimson runes, and you can almost read on the runes. You can't quite make out what they say, but they're pulsing almost. As this black ring is being held by Alen, and it's giving off very strong necromantic magic.
Yeah, I'm not getting good vibes from this ring, guys.
How so?
It's radiating some pretty potent necromantic energy.
Well, necromancy isn't necessarily bad vibes.
Yeah, it's not that great either, though.
True.
So as this is happening, as you're having this conversation, you hear a familiar voice. Followed, I'm assuming, quickly by Jin. You hear, "Oh God, what did you all do now?"
We didn't do
They attacked us
anything.
first.
Well, care to explain the situation before the rest of the town sees?
No. This man is a vampire.
Apparently, our party members got attacked, and we heard a big boom. And we headed down here, and there was that woman and this vampire both attacking them and each other.
And I assume that this is from what I saw, the storm clouds and this center of
Yeah.
the south side of town. I'm assuming that's part of this.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, they
Oh.
summoned a storm.
Oh,
And I'd
joy.
I'd probably try to hold up some of to demonstrate the people who have tattoos of Talos.
Oh,
and
okay.
That's his name.
Yeah. So when you hold up the tattooed figures, the Miracle and Talos, Einar glowers, not at you, just in general. Oh shit! This is worse than I feared. Let's and he looks, he kind of looks around to see if anyone's coming. Let's see if we can't get these bodies somewhere a little more out of the way. Can I get your all's help with this? Moving these bodies. We're just gonna move them to the south side, out of town, real quick. We don't need to let the rest of the town know some of the people that they trusted are not to be trusted yet. I'm gonna.
Do we feel like he's
I'm
trying
going
to
to
cover
have to
something
inform
up?
the town in another fashion.
Do
Go
we
ahead,
feel
Tim.
like he's covering it up?
Roll me an insight
No.
check. With a 16, you kind of get the feeling, not necessarily that he's trying to cover it up, more so that he doesn't want to have to answer a shit ton of questions from the rest of the town day in and day out for the next few days. It seems like he has a plan to let everyone know, but he wants to do it on his own time instead of them figuring it out.
I'll help under one condition.
Okay. Kiva, roll me a investigation check, or I'm gonna say no. Roll me an Arcana check. I want you to roll me an Arcana check. Sorry, Jen. What did you ask again?
Jen said, I will help under one condition.
What condition?
You say, you were right, Jen, and I was wrong to be all grumpy at you for stating what was true.
You see him put his hands up to his head and rub his temples. Fine. You were right, and I was wrong to be so belligerent towards you, Jen. Do you feel better now?
I do. Now let's get the bodies out of the town.
All
We
right.
could hide them in the trees would be a good place.
All right. If you guys are helping, you can all roll pretty just generic strength checks. Squirt, because of your mannerisms, I'm going to give you advantage to be able to carry more than one body at a time.
That's funny.
You can roll me a D4, Squirt, if you make it over 15. In fact, anyone who rolls over a 15 can roll me a D4. Roll me a D8, Squirt. All right.
Squirt's gonna make an effort. Twitch not carrying
All right,
a body.
so we'll just roll another 4. There we go. We'll do yeah. All right. So as you guys begin pulling these bodies to the south side of town, Kiva kind of hangs back just a little bit for a moment and kind of susses out the area where the storm sphere was, kind of looking around, seeing if she could see anything. And Kiva, you do find a sphere. It's kind of buried a little bit in a lot of loose dirt and soil. And as you look closer at it, do you touch it at all?
Her detect magic lasts for 10 minutes. So would she still be able to getting any sort of vibe from it, or does it take longer than that to find it?
No. You'd find it within that timeline. There is a very, very, very faint trace amount of conjuration magic still pulsing within this sphere. You're not sure whether the sphere would still work or not, but it definitely still has some magic left in it.
Okay, cool. In that case, she's probably not going to touch it with her bare hand for sure. Let me see what she's got in her inventory that she could pick it up with. Okay, nothing real in particular. Okay, question for Jin. In the clothes that Kiva is carrying for you, would Jin have like a handkerchief or something like that?
Probably.
Okay, she's gonna pull that out of the bag and use that to pick it up.
Oh, yeah, Jin. I think don't you have like a green and black one?
Yeah, but Jen is not letting that one go.
Oh, okay, okay.
That one is currently tied around Jen's arm, and no one has asked about it yet. I don't think.
No, I don't think so either. All right, I hit all the ghouls and stuff. So the south side of town here is where they're bringing all the bodies well outside of the city limits, kind of behind. Actually, it's gonna be behind. It'll be behind this field over here, so the bodies themselves are kind of a little more hidden. As you guys are, go ahead.
How many total bodies?
So there was a total of 22 bodies. So it did take some time for the 5 of you to move all of the bodies. Eventually 6 of you. By the time you guys get back from the first round, so I'll give a little description here. Squirt, after being enticed by Einar to grab the body, Squirt like picks up on one shoulder 4 of the kobolds and like looks around like, hey, hang on, I can carry more. And she goes and she walks over to another set of 4 kobolds and just kind of like flips them up on her shoulder, and she's carrying 8 kobolds out of town, just like walking as if she's just, shooting the breeze. As you guys are able to do this, by the time you guys get back, as you come back to where Dre's is, and we'll get to the conversation that you have with Einar outside of town, because I'm sure someone will bring that up. Well, actually, we'll do that. Does anyone bring anything up while you guys are outside of town?
With that low roll, does Twitch actually? Am I able to carry anything?
Twitch, you struggle a bit, but you're able to drag a body. It's a fat, it's like a really bloated ghoul, and you really don't feel great about even touching it. As you like grab it, your fingers sink into the skin, and you like as you drag it, the skin like folds back and flaps behind it on the ground. It's really unsettling for you to move that body, which is why you only get one.
Yeah, I don't know if Twitch would just continue to drag it.
That's fine. I would say you probably leave it there and Squirt picks it up later.
Thanks, buddy.
So yeah, did anyone bring anything up to Einar while you guys were outside of town?
Jen would probably be like, well, if they all are members of various groups of not great people, do you think there's a chance that they're working with anyone else in town?
Oh, God, I hope not. We haven't had too many newcomers recently with everything else that's been going on, but I can ask around and see if anyone has seen or heard anything suspicious outside of the rumors of these so-called spies from Waterdeep. Load of bullshit.
I would also advise maybe seeing who they hung around most. If there's anyone in town, they were around a lot.
Well, I can tell you Argus did not talk or do much of anything with anyone. Veline, on the other hand, was pretty chummy with Sister Garaele before she left. And she had a fair amount of access to a lot of different places in town, including the town hall and some other places. We regard the sisters who watch the temple with a lot of trust, so it is unfortunate that she broke that trust.
Definitely check around those places to make sure there was nothing she left.
Yes, we will have to take care of that. And as you guys, yeah, I kind of imagine you guys are having this conversation walking back to where everyone's at. And as you guys get back, you see Femoris making his way up. Einar, what did I miss? What the hell happened? I saw storm clouds and then they went away and oh god, Draze, what happened to your arm? And by this time, Draze has been focused this whole time. And all of a sudden, as soon as he's asked that question, Draze seems to finish what he's doing. Ha! Ha ha! I figured it out. I know what this is. It is a shadow ring. And he explains to you that wearing this ring, where is my thing here, basically grants you an immediate use and continuous use of Shadow of Moil.
What is that?
That is this right here. No, Twitch, I don't think you've used your sending stone for the day.
Okay. And I heard that little conversation about Valine being friendly with Sister.
Yep.
Ooh.
Very cool.
Yeah. So the ring itself, and let me pull up the magic ring. He's going to give you a description. So that's the spell that it invokes upon using it, or upon wearing it. However, this is a homebrew item, so give me 1 second here. Oops.
So you can cast this whenever you want, or is it just added to your spell list?
This is, no, this is a continuous thing.
So it's basically a continuous aura effect.
Yes, it is an aura effect, essentially.
Wait.
Draze explains to you that this ring does all of that right there. It is also, in fact, he notes, quite cursed.
Definitely put it on.
No, you're gonna start taking radiant damage.
As you guys kind of get some information on this ring and stuff, Draze kind of looks up at the sky, which is bright and sunny, and just kind of mutters to himself, "Well, shit." And unless anyone stops him, he's gonna put that in his pocket. I'll just hold on to this for later. You want it?
I mean, kind of.
Well, I'm gonna let you, when Draze comes back, I'm gonna let you and Draze work that little bit out.
Yeah.
Draze is gonna be pretty adamant about wanting to keep this ring.
Did he say what the curse was?
Yes, he would have specified everything that I just sent in this snippet there.
While wearing this ring in direct sunlight, you take 5 radiant damage, which bypasses any resistances.
Yes.
Every 15 seconds.
Yeah. So
Ooh.
basically, 20 radiant damage per minute while you're in the sun.
Okay, so do not put it on during the day or while outside.
Yeah. Well, it's in direct sunlight. So if cloud covered
Stand under a
bypasses direct sunlight, it is direct
Wear a
sunlight.
large hat.
Basically, yeah. If you were having an umbrella where you had no sun on you, that would be not direct sunlight.
I don't know if you guys have. Oh, Jin, sorry, are you going?
Sorry. I was just gonna say, if Draze dies and he's the one that gets this, I think Jin and Lynn are gonna be fighting over the ring.
Yeah, I have a feeling. Let me go ahead. Let me add this to his inventory.
Because I kind of want that.
Yeah, I have a feeling. So I'm gonna add it to
I
his
found
inventory
it.
for now. But
Okay.
I'll let the 2 or 3 of you guys work that out after the session, and
Alright.
if you want, I'll actually let me RP. I should actually have that here. You guys can actually just work it out in the RP channel.
Ooh.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
I want it.
Yeah. So if you
Anyway.
guys want to discuss it, Dre's, if you're there, feel free to RP that out in the other channel there, kind of behind the scenes, or you can do it after the session or before the next session. Figure out who has what. So as Dre, as Dre's calls that out, I know what this is. Femoris just kind of like is taken aback for a moment, being completely ignored. Dre's, you okay? You're missing an arm. Oh no, I'm fine. It's a flesh wound.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something.
Go ahead.
Something about like I don't know if you've read the actual Dracula book, but like there's multiple scenes where he just runs around in a little straw hat during the daytime to avoid getting burned. That's what this is. Also, is there like there's no part of the curse that prevents you from taking the ring off when you're in sunlight, right? Like
Correct.
you can just
Yeah. So basically,
put it on in darkness.
Basically, the way this works is if you put it on while in direct sunlight, you're going to immediately take radiant damage. If you fall unconscious while wearing this ring, someone else has to take this off of you, or you are going to die within 5 seconds, or within 15 seconds. So be very
Like, you
careful where you're wearing it.
Right. Yep.
He says just a flesh wound, and Einar, and Einar is like, well, it's more than just a flesh wound, but I'm just gonna, it's been a day already, we're just, bring your arm with you, don't leave it in town.
It is.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's left of the arm?
Yeah, Jen was about to say that might be a problem and points at Edgar and then says, "It is impressive that you're not still bleeding, though. Congratulations."
Well, I think I have Kiva to thank for that, right? And he looks at you, Kiva.
Well, that rod more than me, but yeah.
I will
Oh,
say I called it being used on you. You've almost said so many times now.
yeah, I'm gonna be staying back a lot more from now on.
Yeah, because we don't have the rod anymore. Let's be a little bit more careful, please.
Yeah, plus I still feel like shit, so you guys are gonna be, you're gonna be
Carrying you
leaving for a
around?
bit. Well, it seems we have all the bodies in hand. Let's head somewhere a little more private to discuss the rest of this. And as he says that, you kind of look around and you see some of the people starting to walk to this area. Several of them looking up at the sky as if they're expecting more storm clouds to brew overhead. Let me ask, Kiva, did you take that orb with you? The stone?
Yeah, she would have picked it up with the handkerchief, and at some point she's going to bring it over to Einar and show him. Pretty
Okay.
sure this is what was causing the storm.
Okay. Put that away. Let's go inside first.
In the back.
Yeah, and he leads you guys all back to his little hovel, where you know his house to be. And you all make your way inside as you had done kind of earlier this day, back to Einar's house. And as you make your way inside, Einar kind of turns to the lot of you, a little more disgruntled than he initially let on, but he kind of like, as everyone enters and gets situated, he kind of like whips around. All right, now what the hell are you all involved in that you brought to Fandolin?
How did we bring it when they were already here?
That's fair. That's fair. I'm sorry. I'm quite angry right now. Yes, you did not bring it, but it sure feels like you did.
It's like I said earlier. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Every time we come into the city, bad things happen. I get how it looks, but we're as annoyed by it as you are.
Well, I'm not sure about that, but I will take you at your word. So essentially, I need for you guys to kind of like look around. No one knows that you all were the ones that killed any bodies. No one has found any bodies yet. And before I start telling people, I would like to know if you all find anything around town that would point to anyone else being a part of this cult or these cults. And if you do not, that's excellent news. I would be very happy to hear that. If you do, I'm going to ask that you take care of it discreetly. And this is the first time that you've seen Einar actually give you consent to do something. Insidious isn't the right word, but a little more
Morally dubious?
morally devious. He seems very much to want to wrap this up.
Jin instantly looks over at Twitch and smiles.
Wasn't there that woman who had the hairpin, or was the person you
That
just?
was, yeah, that was Valine.
Oh, okay.
In fact, you would have found that hairpin on her when in searching the
Oh.
body, Squirt.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure
Do
you all
we-
have plans or had plans, but if you all could kind of look around town and ask around nonchalantly and see if anyone knows anything about anything. Maybe check out the Shrine of Luck again and see if there's anything there.
Now that it doesn't have a caretaker.
Right, exactly.
Jin
Seeing as
raises
the
a hand.
vampire is. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Yes, Argus. His
Like,
from my
check out his-
understanding, his house was on the south side of town, actually quite close to where you were.
can I check it out?
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yes, by all means. And if it's locked, feel free to break it in.
Gladly. Kiva will look over at Squirt for that.
Yeah.
Jin, what's your question?
Do you have any keys that we could have to get into these places a little bit more,
Discreetly,
yes, that's the word.
as you already said.
I may have had a skeleton key made at one point. It was a while ago, but yes. Jen, roll me a persuasion check, real quick.
Okay, cool. I'm good at those. Don't fail me.
I'm good at those, not one.
Nope.
All right.
Also, it's +9. I don't know why that didn't add it,
It's
but the
fine.
total is 25.
Nice. Yeah, I don't see any problem with any kind of like looks over the entire group before saying, Kiva having this key.
Okay. Okay, sure. All right.
Jin snorts.
All right.
You,
Find out what you can. Meet me back here by tonight, and we'll discuss it over drinks. Jen, sounds good.
that sounds fantastic.
I'm gonna need one after today.
Before we go, do you want to hold on to this? And she pulls the stone back out.
Yeah, I probably should hold on to that. Femoris, come here for a moment. Okay. And yeah.
A note. There is some kind of residual magic still lingering on it. I don't know if it can be used again or what other sort of effect it might have. So it might actually be worth maybe trying to identify. And she kind of looks over at Dre's.
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
I know it's a process, but
I'll stay here and identify some things. I need to rest anyway, so I'll stay here today while you guys are looking around, and I'll identify this and see what I can come up with. And
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea, anyways. She kind of like looks at his arm stump again and like
Yeah.
quickly looks away.
Yeah, he just looks back at you, and realizing again, he just jokingly says, "Yeah, I'm famished. I just need some food. I'll be fine."
All right.
And Einar looks over the lot of you. All right then. Well, I guess get to it and let me know what you find.
Will do. An out of character question, just real quick.
Uh-huh.
How do I do the D&D Beyond link thingy? Because I don't think it's updated, so it's not rolling everything.
Just do it should be update and then your character name, I think, right? It's
That should be.
exclamation update space your character name, I think.
No,
that's why.
That could be part of the
That's
problem.
That makes sense.
I still have Delora.
How did
I
that
wanna
get in
play
our
her.
campaign? Get that out of here.
Hmm.
Remove all embeds.
Okay, how do I do the correct one?
Exclamation char, char, and
Yep.
then your character name.
AR. Exclamation CHAR.
Like character.
Yeah.
Or you can just type out character if that's easier.
Yep.
All right.
There you go.
Cool.
There we go.
Let me test that real quick, and let's just hope I don't waste a natural 20
Yeah.
or something.
I don't know if I'd test it. You've been rolling pretty good.
Yeah, that was a pretty good roll.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's still not doing that. That's weird.
No, I think I need to just right away just link to the character sheet.
Yeah, it should be, yeah, I think it's, what is it? Exclamation campaign, no.
Isn't it the D&D Beyond or something?
Yeah, DDB, exclamation DDB, that's what it is.
Alright.
Okay.
I got 217-0.
Well, there you go. I still don't know why it's, let me see, hang on, let me see where's the thing here? Oh, okay, you're rolling a flat D20. Okay.
Okay.
Just click like initiative or something. Let's make sure it's doing it. Why
There's
does
a
it-
bad one out of the
why does it say
way.
custom
And it
roll?
did
And it still
not.
didn't do it properly.
Nope.
That's weird.
That is weird.
Virtual tabletop not found.
Weird.
One moment, let me try it in a different, what's it called? Browser.
Oh, maybe that's it. I would be surprised, but
Maybe. Technology is weird sometimes.
yeah, it is. Okay, so do you guys? I'm assuming you all head out of the house.
Yeah, Kiva does.
There we go. It was!
Wow, that is weird as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You guys all head out. I'd like for everyone except for Dre's to roll me a investigation check.
Oh, joy.
You can roll me an investigation, persuasion, or a religion check.
Well, I know what I'm choosing.
Hmm.
And while you guys are rolling, I will be right back.
Mechanically speaking, persuasion would be Kiva's best option, but that's not what she would do, so I'm gonna roll investigation.
Well, we got above 20 on each one of these already.
Yeah, Kiva's not finding much.
I'll be right back while he's being right back. I'm gonna get something to drink.
Kiva seems a bit distracted. Hey, Jen has a +8 to initiative? Okay.
All right, got everyone but Twitch.
Twitch said a little while back that she was going to be RB, and I have not heard anything from her since
Okay.
then.
Yeah, she's like I said, she's not feeling great. I'll go ahead and roll a where's investigation.
Yeah, I haven't seen or heard anything from her for a little while.
Wow, that feels right.
Yeah.
Getting her nat 1 out of the way. Okay, so you guys make your way through town. Would you guys?
And she still got a higher result than Kiva
Right?
did.
Wow, that's kind of nuts. Where do you all head? Jen, where do you head?
Jen is going to head to the Shrine of Luck. And also Jen is thinking about talking. If Jen can think of anyone that regularly goes to the Shrine of Luck, if they've seen someone there, just to be
Okay.
like, hey, I was looking for her.
Okay.
I used to go there a while. What's this new person like?
Okay. Jen. Okay. All right. Lynn, where do you head?
I don't want to split the party, but I was really interested in investigating Vampire Guy.
His house.
Yeah.
Okay. We can say you go down there. Probably with Kiva, because Kiva's got the key.
Right. I was gonna say Kiva would kind of press. How about we not split up right now? That didn't work out too well not too long ago.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Can we
Jen will be
investigate
fine with
Vampire?
going. Jen will be fine with going to that first and then shrine. And maybe we could use the key to open the shrine building too.
All right. Give me 1 second, and I will be right back. I need to give a description to Jen real quick.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right.
Hello.
As you make your way up to the Shrine of Luck, you come across a little halfling male who's walking up. He seems to have a little bit of a hobble, and you make your way up, and he kind of turns to you. Oh, what are you doing here?
I've come here a few times when I was in town, and I heard there was a new person.
Yeah, Velina, she's pretty nice. I really enjoy talking to her.
Oh, do you come up here often?
Yeah. I like to swap stories with her. Her and I go back and forth telling all sorts of fanciful stories.
Oh, that's interesting. What time does she work here? I actually wanted to meet her.
She's usually here during the day. If you go inside with me, she should be here.
All right.
And the two of you go inside, and as he kind of like looks around, oh, that's odd. She's normally here. I'm a little concerned. Maybe she's elsewhere. Have you seen her recently?
Not recently. I kind of saw her when we came into town, but we didn't.
Oh.
I didn't talk to her.
Well, I was just gonna tell her about the rumor I just heard, but I guess I'll have to tell her later.
I could tell her if I run into her. What's the rumor?
Well, roll me a persuasion check.
All right. $19.
Well, you seem pretty up and up. So I heard, and he kind of like lowers his voice. I heard that the spies from Waterdeep they were here in town, but they're not here anymore. They and he gives you this description, and it comes back in your head from times past in Leland. He gives you a description of a knight dressed in all black armor, going by the name of Sir Henry, with a squire. Couldn't remember the name of the squire, but from what he overheard the two of them talking about, it sounded like they were picking information for the Lord of Waterdeep to kind of waylay things happening in Leland and Fandolin. And they had just passed through maybe no more than a week after Valine arrived. He thought it was very interesting that the time just kind of coalesced like that. Is very interesting. But yeah, if
That
you
is
see,
very interesting.
if you see Valine, let me know. I'm very much interested to hear what she has to say about it.
Where can I find you again to let you know?
Oh, well, I'm on the, and he gives you, I'm on the west side of town, just to the west of the Lenine's shop. You know where that's at, right?
Yes, I've been there a few times.
Okay. Yeah, it's the house with the red roof. It's the only one in town with a red roof.
All right, I'll remember that, and hopefully I'll see her soon.
Okay. We're gonna go back. All right. Squirt, where did you end up heading?
We are not splitting.
So everyone else except for Jen, everyone else except for Jen went to Argus's house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you guys make your way south through town, come to where Einar said Argus's house should be, and you do see this dilapidated looking, what looks like maybe a house. It really, really looks abandoned. The windows are like caked in dust. The knob is the only thing that kind of gives away that it's been used at all. It's still kind of shiny from oiled hands being rubbed on it, opening it and closing it. And there's like little finger stains on the sides of the door. And as you open the door and kind of make your way inside, you're all racked by a god-awful smell of rotting flesh.
I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation, a mint smell
Okay.
on my own face.
Okay. Okay, so just your own? Okay. You guys go in, and Alin immediately just like starts casting this spell over and over again. He's making this weird face every time the spell seems to dissipate, and you just see him casting it over and over again. Everyone else, you smell rotting flesh. It smells like months old rotting flesh. And as you look around the house, you don't seem to see where it's coming from. Everyone roll me a investigation or perception check. That's fair.
It lasts an hour.
The con save was for making sure she could hold her stomach contents down.
Yeah. Yep.
What's the save?
No. Alin, roll me a investigation or perception check.
Okay.
Oh, definitely perception. Yeah, that's better.
10.
Okay. You guys, a lot of you looking around the house, kind of looking back and forth, trying to figure out where, this smell is coming from. Kiva, as much as it pains you, you actually kind of end up using your nose to follow the source of this scent. Kind of like walking around the house into what looked like a kitchen, back out of the kitchen like, oh god, no, not in there. Walking over to the living room, and you make it to one of the, what looks like probably maybe at one time a guest room. And as you make your way inside, it kind of hits you even stronger, and you turn your head and you see what looks like loose floorboards. And lifting that up, there's stairs going down into a hidden basement.
Oh, this is encouraging.
Lovely. He has a murder basement.
Yeah, does it smell like the smell is stronger?
Oh yeah. If you when you open that up, you are blasted by rotting flesh.
I'm gonna step outside for a second and get some air.
Would that probably be about the time that I come up from hang back to the party, maybe?
No, not yet, Jen.
Okay.
That conversation probably would have taken you some time, because you would have walked around a bit more. I mean, you wouldn't have come back immediately after that, right? You'd have walked around like trying to find other people to have this discussion with. I kind of imagine you guys take most of the day to figure things out.
Jen probably would have headed back only because it was brought up that splitting the party right now wasn't a great idea, so Jen probably would have changed their plans to just taking a quick look over at the Shrine of Luck to see if anything's out of place.
Okay.
If there's something that needs to be looked at right away before someone
Okay.
interferes.
Okay. So you won't take quite as long then. So you'll still look around a bit. It'll still take you some time. So you're still not there yet, but it won't take you as long as I thought. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, the two of you left in the house, Squirt and Alin, if you're over there by that trapdoor, it smells worse than death. Do you guys go down into the murder hole?
Curious.
Investigate the bunker.
Oh. Sorry. Let's start with Kiva. What were you saying?
I was just gonna ask, out of character, where is Twitch in all this?
Twitch is with you guys.
Okay.
She would have not split the party.
Okay. So, would Twitch still be inside with Lynn and Squirt then, or?
No, Twitch came back out with Kiva.
Okay.
With a nat 1. I'm gonna say that she probably didn't really want to look too hard.
Okay.
And whenever she gets back, we'll figure out what Twitch is doing.
Okay.
So the two of you guys, do either one of you go down? Alin, you were saying something.
I said yes. I'm going to investigate. I'm going to send my familiar to investigate the murder hole.
Okay. Squirt, do you go down, or do you wait for Edgar to come back?
Oh. Waiting for Edgar.
Waiting. Okay. So you open that you have this hatch, and Edgar flies, kind of like starts to like try to flap down, and then realizes he can't fly down. He's gonna have to like hop down the stairs. And with his magical dark vision, he can see pretty clearly in this. As he makes his way down the stairs to the left, this is indeed a murder hole. There's blood and flesh just strewn about the floor. Pools of blood.
Joy.
Yeah, it's very much the source of the rotting flesh. You can see actually a few corpses still that are, we won't say fresh because they're definitely not fresh, but they're recent, recent-ish. And
This
that's
guy is a terrible vampire.
yeah, that's really all you find down there is just bodies and flesh and blood and rotted ickiness.
This guy is an awful vampire.
Yep.
He's bad at being a vampire. This is nothing but waste.
Kiva walks back in after taking a few minutes to catch her breath, and is kind of like, "Okay, what can we tell?"
And that's the response. This guy's a terrible vampire.
I assume Edgar went down.
Yeah,
What's he seeing?
just bodies, pretty much.
Oh, Einar's not gonna like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's nothing else. So let's just close the hole.
How many bodies?
How many?
There was 5. From what you could tell, it looked like there were probably close to 5 bodies, all strewn and ripped apart.
Yeah.
Okay, so not even
Yeah.
5, just the pieces of 5 bodies.
Yeah, parts of bodies that look to be roughly about 5
Okay.
persons.
Okay, cool. All right, yeah. Well, we're
And as,
have that.
as you guys are, Lynn, as you and Squirt make your way out of the house to tell Kiva, or Kiva as you're making your way in, you hear Jen, "Hey, wait!" And Jen runs up to you all.
Okay, hey.
Again.
Where did you go? We talked about sticking together.
I was coming right back. I was just checking something real quick.
Okay, all right. Let's just please not have another person lose an arm.
I don't plan on it.
All right. So, did you find it? Did you find out anything, or?
I found out apparently the rumors about the Waterdeep spies was someone we've seen before. Do you remember that knight in black we saw in names?
Yeah, Leland.
Yes. Leland?
What?
We saw a knight and he was all in black and we saw him in Leland.
Yeah.
Apparently he's the one they're saying is the spy. And he was here. He was.
Oh.
And he came about the same time as our now dead friends.
Okay, so that's a bit disconcerting. Can we get out of the house? It's getting a little bit rough in here now.
What'd you find in here, by the way?
Bodies, apparently.
Ooh.
Big pit.
Yeah, Alin can probably explain more.
There was a big pit full of corpses.
Is there anyone that you saw in there that looks like they're from here?
I can't really tell. They were in pieces.
Yeah, without us being very familiar with the local townsfolk, it'd probably have to be Einar or maybe Femoris to try and identify people.
It would be pretty rough for you guys, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
So, should we go back and let Einar know about this now?
Probably.
Might be a good idea. So let's go.
Let's be off.
All right, you guys head back towards Einar's house and make your way there pretty quickly. You do see a few people standing pretty close to where the storm was, and they're kind of like looking up at the sky and then looking down at the ground. They can see that, you know, there was something, but they can't really make out what it was, or, you know, there's no bodies, but there's still blood and stuff, you know, on the ground. You guys weren't able to, you know, cover all of that up, so they're still looking around, kind of like, what the hell happened? As you guys make your way towards Einar's house, and as you make your way inside, you see Einar talking to Femoris. So about these bodies, we're gonna. Yes. Welcome back. You guys took less time than I expected.
Well,
That's because we found something.
Oh, what did you find?
A big pit full of bodies.
torn up bodies.
You. Well, I guess we'll chalk that up to the other bodies. Were they people from... Oh, you guys wouldn't know. Femoris, can you go check it out and see if it's anyone we know? I have a feeling I know a couple people it might be. We had a few people go missing recently that we didn't expect. They weren't from here, but we did expect them to stay longer than they did, and apparently they did stay longer than we thought they did.
Well,
Missing people might have been a good thing to let us know about. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we weren't sure they were missing, to be
That's fair.
perfectly honest.
Okay.
Yeah, so
How
Twitch,
many
since you
people-
stepped away for a moment, I had to level up, you're funny. Yeah, you since you stepped away for a moment, basically they all went to Argus's. Everyone except for Jen, who went to the Shrine of Luck and came back down to Argus's. Um, they all went to the house and found that there were ripped and sundered bodies and terrible, terrible things happening in a murder hole basement.
Your basement.
That
Yeah.
they're now back and telling Einar. And you were kind of like, you walked inside, you rolled a nat 1, so you walked inside and you smelled that, you're like, nope, I'm good.
Okay.
And so you.
I mean, that's on par with how Twitch has been with other like gory things.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you
Dragging a zombie.
yeah. So you made your way back to Einar's and told him, and now he just sent Femoris to go check to see if it's anyone they know. And looking over the lot of you, well, did you find anything else?
I found out more about these rumors concerning Waterdeep spies, and apparently the person that they brought up it being is someone we've met.
Of course it is. May I ask who?
I will tell him basically everything you said because I, as a person, cannot remember all the details.
I just posted it. It was the night that you met
I
in
did
League.
too.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Wait,
the,
that's
the
the guy
haughty.
that.
Yeah, he was the haughty knight that didn't want you talking to his squire because he was a
Yeah.
knight and you shouldn't talk to the squire. You should talk to
Mhm.
him. I don't know if you
Jen will
remember.
bring that up.
Right. He was very haughty.
He was so rude.
Yes. Yes. I now that you say that, I do remember him. We had a few issues with him before he left with his squire, or who knows, maybe not a squire. Yes, Twitch the knight is the spy. Apparently.
As far as
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Did Jen roll high enough?
Jen persuaded a guy to tell her this story. So Jen
yes.
is assuming that this is, it's a rumor, but you guys
The
have met him before,
details
so it's
line
not
up.
unlikely.
Okay.
All right. And as he looks over the lot of you, well, that is definitely some information. May I
How
have
long ago was Sir Henry here?
say that again?
How long ago was Sir Henry here? You said you had some issues with him.
Yes, he was here a few weeks. Let's see, maybe a month and a half ago, something like that. Yeah, he was here fairly recently. Stayed for a couple of nights, and we had tried to duel a couple people. Oh my God. And he stayed in town, did some mercenary work for a few people in town, and then left shortly after. He didn't stay too long.
I don't suppose he got any grievances while he was here.
Surprisingly, no. Though I was pretty perturbed that he managed to find loopholes in the situation to not get them by invoking duels rather than grievances.
Now I feel insulted that we have grievances and he doesn't.
Uh-huh. Oh, you should.
No, Kiva says that.
Oh. Well, I can't help what other people do for you. He apparently was very good at inciting violence. Well,
He woke up and chose violence.
since you guys only managed to find this in a couple hours, I mean, I don't know if you want to continue. You want to continue searching? If not, I'll take my key back, Kiva.
I was going to suggest looking inside the building of the Shrine of Luck.
Yeah, we like, what time of day is it?
It's only about
At this
noon.
point?
You guys did that
Yeah.
fairly early. You had the fight fairly
Yeah.
early. I would say actually it's probably about 1 because you had to move the bodies. You've done some searching. Yeah. We'll say 1.
Okay. No, I mean, I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I was still thinking we would do some more looking around.
I agree.
All of a sudden, Dre's pipes up, almost out of nowhere. Ha! Ha ha! Yes, I found this one too. And he goes on to describe that this is a. Oh, what the hell was it? It was a. Crap. Give me a second here. I had it in my notes and then I can't find my notes. There we go. It was. It is a stone of storm sphere, though this seems to be a little different than what I would have expected to be. There seems to be some sort of enchantment here that I haven't seen before, and he kind of like he points out this small little nubbin on the stone that you didn't really notice before. It's almost like embossed on it. It's just raised a little bit. And as you run your fingers over it, you can definitely feel something. And upon giving a closer look to it, Dre's giving a closer look to it, identifying it, he tells you, this actually bears the mark of Talos on it as well. That's what this is, and he like points to the little embossed area that you can't actually see with your eyes, but you can definitely feel something's there. And he hands it up to you, though I do see that there is a very large crack in it. Now, it might be usable, but if it does, it might just shatter on use. I'm not entirely sure still.
So only use it if the stakes are high and we have nothing to lose. Got
Well,
it.
see, that's the thing, is I would have expected this to be usable, but when I went to try to use it, nothing happened.
I imagine Einar gives him a dirty look.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. Dre's does not
When
care
I
at the
went to
moment.
try to use it.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's like testing it. Like, you know, does this thing work? Is it activated? And Dre's continues, I have a sneaking suspicion that in order for this to work, one would have to pray to Talos in order to make it work. And you see him, like, lifting it up, looking over it more, holding it in his hand, in his left hand. That is, by the way, the one that is all acid scarred, in case you're wondering. He's like twisting it and turning it and looking over it. Yes. Probably if you prayed to Talos, you know, you might be able to get this to work for you. But other than that, I'm not entirely sure it's going to work.
So, if you have to pray to him, do you have to be honest? Or can you just say it and then turn around and not actually like regularly do it?
Well,
That's probably not the best idea.
Yeah, Dre's kind of like furrows his brows, and you see his like, it almost feels like his horns kind of move when he does it, even, and he just, well, actually, I don't know, maybe.
I'm not saying we do it, I'm just saying if there comes to be a situation where it would be extremely helpful, it's something to take into consideration.
My only advice on that is the gods tend to not look very kindly upon false worship.
Well,
It might work, but there might be repercussions.
True, but I don't think this particular god would look as kindly anyway, considering we're killing his followers.
That's fair, yeah. Still probably don't want to push our luck too much.
We have enough enemies. Do we really need gods for enemies too?
Yeah.
Well, in either instance, I don't want it in the town. So you all take it, do what you will, but take it out of my town, please.
Fair.
All right. Kiva will take it to put it in the bag of holding.
Okay. Go ahead, Alin.
I didn't say
Oh,
anything.
I thought you said something. Okay.
Well, maybe the Shrine of Luck is the next place we should check out.
All right. You guys kind of all get up, including Dre's this time since he's taken another short little rest here, and start heading towards the Shrine of Luck. Twitch, are you doing that in public or no?
No, it'd definitely be during like a private moment.
Okay. You haven't had really one of those yet. That's why
Even
I'm asking.
like if the group is walking ahead. I forget, for sending stones, do you speak into it?
Yes.
So yeah, so if the group is walking ahead, can she just hang back? Like still within eyesight, but so they can't overhear.
Everyone in the group, roll me an insight check real quick.
Oh, goody. Oh, shit. It didn't post.
What did you want me to roll?
Insight check.
Okay.
Why is it not posting now?
Twitch, you also roll me an insight check.
Okay.
I got 14, but it is not sending.
That is so weird.
Oh, wait. I did the wrong sheet. I did a sheet that was level 20 just because I was curious what kind of features I'd want.
Not bad. I'll take it.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. As you guys are walking, Twitch, you feel like you want to start hanging back so you can use this, and you get this sneaking suspicion as you're like slowly slowing down that the rest of the group is kind of paying attention to you slowing down, and you really kind of feel like it's not a good time to use this stone or bring it out yet.
Okay. Then she wouldn't.
Okay. You will get to do it eventually, just not at the moment because it's not a good time. You feel.
Yeah.
And you guys make your way all the way to the Shrine of Luck, where you find a couple candles lit. You walk inside. There's a little kneeling bench in front of the symbol of Timora, and there's not a whole lot else here. This hasn't been built up too much. There's room for roughly 20 people. It's about a maybe 15-foot tall building by about 15 feet around. Kind of like a circular sort of entrance. Bigger than it used to be when you guys first started, for sure. But it definitely is not very overly large. And as you guys kind of like walk around a little bit and look around, you guys can all roll me an investigation check. Or perception, either one.
So close in at 20.
Man.
You
I
said
gotta remember you guys are level 9.
Investigation or perception?
Yeah, either one.
Yep.
I also have a passive 18.
Okay. That's good to know. Okay, so you guys kind of making your way around, looking through things. As you're making your way around, Dre's is gonna kind of be like looking outside, like steering people away from the shrine as you guys are looking through the shrine, so as to not arouse suspicion. And as you guys look through the shrine, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot. There seems to be a little side area, maybe 5 foot wide, a place to sleep actually, like a little cot with some looks like probably Valine's belongings. Not all of them, based on knowing what you know now, but it does look like a small bag that she probably would have had on her person. And looking through it, there's not a whole lot. There's like 100 ball bearings, a few pitons. There's actually there aren't even any rations. It's mainly just thieving stuff. You find a separate thieves kit. You also find, oddly enough, an artisan's kit.
Okay, what sort of artisan's kit?
It looks like well, it's not anything. Hang on 1 second. 1 second. Oh God, I can never find the stuff when I want to. Where are my items? All right, I'm trying to find the description for the artisan kit because I don't remember exactly what it is.
Because
Go ahead.
artisan's tools is the category of all the different kinds of things. So, like, cook's utensils is an artisan's tool.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm misremembering then. Yes, I apologize. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yep.
Calligrapher
Okay.
supply.
So yeah,
Yeah.
you find artisan's tools in here, and as you're kind of looking through, oddly enough, they seem to be navigator's tools. Like seafaring. Jen, you pick it out immediately as being seafaring tools.
Yeah, I've seen these before. These are not something you usually find outside of a boat.
Good to know. Okay.
Does this strike anyone as odd, considering that shared vision / hallucination that happened a while back?
Yeah, I mean,
It was Storm Cult, and we've seen some stuff, so yeah, it kind of makes sense.
I don't like this. However, I am going to be taking these. And Jen puts them in their
so
bag.
yeah, so for reference, and you guys can split it however you want. There are 100 ball bearings. There are 5 pitons and a small hammer. There is a set of navigator tools. There is a set of pickpocket tools. Lockpick tools. Sorry. And there is about 45 gold.
Someone take those lockpicking tools. We can always use an extra.
And on top of all that, you find a small handwritten note that seems to be from Sister Garaele. And I'm just going to read it to everyone because I would assume that you guys kind of share this. You find a note, and it reads, "My dearest Veline, I appreciate all the work that you've done in the last few weeks, and as much as it pains me, I must request that you no longer assist me at the Shrine of Tymora. I need to travel, but I would very much appreciate it if by the time I came back you were no longer here. I feel like our two paths must diverge at this point." It's very much like a soft-written, get the hell out of my shrine sort of note.
While we're doing this, Jen remembers at the inn with all the doors. I know the name, but I can't think of it right now.
World Serpent.
Yes. Jen is going to remember seeing it open to here when they asked for Halia, and Jen's going to start. I'm going to start talking loud.
So
It showed this place when I opened the door for Halia. Do you think she's working with her somehow? And Jen's gonna start looking around for hidden compartments or something where things that she would not want to be found might be.
yeah, you start to look around, and you're looking for anything hidden, secretive, but you don't find anything.
Alright.
What is everyone else doing?
Which kind of wants to hold on to that note?
Yes, for sure. Yeah. On that note, what are we doing with all of that stuff?
Yeah, who's taking it?
Twitch is taking the note. What else was there?
Jen's taking
If,
the
if no one else
navigator.
wants to take it, Kiva will take stuff and just put it in the bag of holding. So
Jen's taking the navigator tools, and Jen suggested somebody pick up the thieves' tools. And we can split the gold.
How much gold is there again?
In the chat. Bag of hoarding. I love it. 1 second, I'll be right back.
I'm gonna need you to send me what that note says. Guess I'll get him when he comes back.
So is Kiva taking the ball bearings, the pitons, the hammer?
Probably.
Okay.
Who's taking the gold?
I think we're gonna just split it, right?
Yeah, I thought that was the plan.
And Jen has the navigator tools.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We each get 5 gold, 8 silver, and like 3 copper.
Or someone just gets a little extra gold.
You couldn't have just made it a number easily divisible by 6.
How much money?
What's 32 divided by 6? 34? What's the number? 36.
Fucking-
Well, let's just make it easy. There's 36 gold. You each get 6 gold.
All right.
Cool.
Hey, now that you're back, will you send me what the that note said?
Yeah, I'll have to write it out. I didn't actually have it written out.
Okay. And yeah. So the thieves' tools. Who was taking the thieves' tools? Did someone take those, or does Kiva have those as well?
You'd probably have those because Jen already has a set.
Okay.
It'll be handy if one of ours breaks, but I don't think that we need an extra set right now.
I'm working on typing it out. I'll get that to you in a second. So you guys can finish searching the shrine, and you don't find anything else that kind of ties anyone to anything else here. Where do you guys all head next?
So we didn't find. I know I stepped away, but like we never found the map that note Squirt had alluded to, right?
Correct.
Okay, before we leave, I'm gonna ask Squirt if I can borrow the lenses and just put them on while I'm in the shrine. See what I see.
Okay.
Do I see anything different?
You put the you put the dual. I'm gonna call them dual monocles. The dual monocles on, and your world blurs. All your colors change: green to red, red to green, blue to yellow, yellow to blue, and the whole
must-
shrine itself just kind of like lights up in like all these different unique colors that you hadn't seen before. And as you're looking around, you just really start to feel dizzy and unwell, and these glasses make your head hurt, but you don't find anything in the shrine wearing the glasses.
No secret messages written in like invisible ink on the walls. Well, she takes them off disappointedly and gives them back to Squirt.
Kiva, which two notes?
The note from that is apparently from Sister Grail that we just found,
Yeah.
and the note that was with the lenses.
They are different handwriting. Very
Okay.
much different handwriting.
Good to know.
Okay. Anyone doing anything else?
I don't think so. Jen's going to do one last pass over the shrine just to see if there's anything that seems out of place, anything that catches their eye, and if not, they're just gonna leave with the party.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting used to this.
Yeah, it's hard. I know. Yeah, you look around the shrine, and as everyone's kind of like turning around to leave, you do one last pass over the shrine, and as you're heading out the door and kind of looking back, you almost get the sensation that the symbol of Tymora glows for a second as you turn away, and when you look back, it's not glowing, but you could have sworn you saw it glow for a moment.
Jen pauses and wants to take a closer look at it.
It looks like the statue of Tymora. As you get closer, you feel a sense, a foreign sense, just a warmth that kind of comes over you a little bit. But that's all.
Jen is still completely weirded out by this kind of stuff and is trying not to be, but failing. And Jen will just go, "All right, I think I get the message," and then Jen is gonna head out.
Okay. So you guys head out of the shrine, and where do you all go?
I don't know. Or did we decide to go?
I'm
What's
not
left?
sure.
Because I feel like we decided.
You tell me, where are you going?
Kiva's not really sure. As far as she was aware, the main leads we had were the shrine and Argus's place. So
We still
beyond
haven't
that,
talked to Twit about her suspicious amounts of money.
that's true. That is something that will need to be addressed. Yeah.
Well, if you all
Sus.
don't mind, Dre speaks up. I think I would like to head back to the shrine or to the inn and rest for the rest of the day.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
That's probably a good idea.
I'm
Yeah.
a little tired and famished. This is the second time he's brought up famished, by the way.
Yep.
Keep using that word.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's go get you something to eat. And Kiva's gonna like gingerly take his remaining arm and like guide him towards the end.
I'm fine. Let's just go. He kind of like pulls his hand out of yours a little bit, but walks with you.
Okay.
And so do you all head to the Stonehill Inn?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
As you make your way inside, you see the familiar face of the portly human male Toblin behind the bar, cleaning a glass as you enter. Oh, it's you all again. Great.
Tomac, so
What do you-
pleased to see
What can I get
us.
for you?
Twitch is gonna loudly say, "Don't worry, we hold no grudges about you giving us so many grievances."
That's good. Stone face looking at you. So, what can I get for you all?
Food. What do you have right now?
Let's see. Right now it's what? It's 1:30. Yeah, lupper. It's time for lupper. We have some bacon and eggs. Some roast beef, potatoes, carrots. Just kind of like a smattering of pretty nutritious things. Anyone
What sounds good,
interested
Drace?
in any of it?
What sounds good, Drace?
All of it.
We'll take a little bit of everything.
Okay. It'll take a minute, but it'll be 2 gold. He seems pretty excited.
Kiva will hand over 2 gold.
Okay.
We'll be at the corner table where we're usually at.
Okay. Sounds good. I'll make sure to bring it out as soon as possible.
Is that 2 gold to cover everyone's meal?
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
#PodunkTown.
Yep.
Well, maybe we'll get the bread without the maggots this time.
Possibly. All right, so you guys sit down at the table, and as you look around, there's not a whole lot of people in here. It's pretty damn quiet in the middle of the day. There's like one patron in the far corner just slowly sipping a drink, like looking at you, and then just going back to their drink and just seeming to enjoy their drink.
Okay.
Dre's, as soon as the food is brought out, Dre's just immediately starts eating. As if he's never had a meal in his life.
You okay there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Yes.
Do you think he'll grow back a tiny arm?
he chuckles and looks down and looks over at you, Squirt. God, I hope so. That would be awesome.
Now I'm curious. What hand did Draze normally eat with, and is that the hand he still has?
Oh no, he's grabbing things with his left hand because his right hand was the dominant hand.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not using silverware. He's not being casual about this. He's literally like grabbing a handful of bacon and like biting it off and shoving it in his mouth.
Okay.
Casino mage hand.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure he does, actually. I think he's mentioned it
I'm pretty
He
sure.
before.
can just eat himself with his mage hand.
Yeah, he's not doing that though. Actually, he probably would. I take that back. He probably is.
That's fair. Yeah.
And it's actually no, he's not.
Oh.
Nope, he's
Nope,
not.
yep,
He
can't.
certainly is not.
Oh, we can't do any of his
Yep.
things.
Yep.
Yikes.
No.
No.
The no magic thing.
You're in Toblin's
Oh.
establishment. He thinks about it and he's like, damn it, and just starts grabbing food with his hand.
That would be really hard to remember.
Yep.
We're in there 2 seconds. Twitch has already forgotten the rules.
All right. So
Okay, so we eat. And then what?
yeah. So do you guys talk about
There's
anything,
two-
and then what? Go ahead.
Where's Quit?
Where's what?
Pinchwit.
Pinchwit. Oh, you're looking for Pinchwit. Do you say that out loud? Asking Toplin?
Yeah.
Okay. If you're asking Toblin's, oh, the little gnome lady. Yeah,
Yes.
she took her bag and went up to her room for the day. She said she was waiting for some friends.
That's probably us.
Oh,
Yeah.
probably. Let's go up.
That's mighty assertive. Yeah, feel free to. She's if you go upstairs, she's the third room on the right. Just be quiet, or for everyone else who's still there, sleeping off their woes.
Kiva rolls her eyes at that, considering it's like 2 in the afternoon.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, what I would do if I had thaumaturgy.
Room 13. Nice. Okay. Do you guys head up? Question mark?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You guys make your way up to the stairs, and as you make your way, you do see that every single door except for the one that mentioned in Pinchwitz is wide open. Doesn't seem to be anyone else in any of these rooms. But the one that was specified for Pinchwit is definitely closed.
Twitch wants to put her ear up and like just hear what she hears in there.
Okay. Is anyone stopping Twitch or doing anything else?
Nope.
Kiva is like actively glancing in the other rooms and like getting a little bit mad, honestly, about Toblin's other people are sleeping up there comment.
All right, so Twitch, you put your ear up to the door and you just hear this.
Are you snoring? It's hard for me to hear.
Oh, she's humming, and all every once in a while you hear the sound of a coin dropping.
Bit sus. If I do say so.
Twitch is gonna find a way to like relay that to the party without speaking loudly.
You could put it in writing.
Yeah.
Or you could just motion to Kiva and tap your forehead.
Tap your forehead. Oh.
She can telepath.
I love it. So how do you relay this, Twitch?
Twitch is gonna start like trying to mime things with her hand about like pointing at her throat and then putting one hand above the other and looking like she's dropping coins from one hand to the next to mimic what that is and see if anyone in the party gets that.
Everyone roll me an insight check.
Is it an
Have I
hourglass?
seen her holding
Yay.
suspicious money?
Oh, damn.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my
Even with a nat 1, I get a 10, though.
Yeah. Hey, Twitch, roll me a performance check.
Okay. This should also be a nat 1 if it's not being conveyed well.
I'm gonna laugh if you roll a nat 20.
I mean, it's not high, but
Yeah,
I got higher,
that kind
even
of
with a nat 1.
that kind of checks out. Insight.
Thank God for no crit fails on skill checks.
Yeah.
we're still waiting for
So
Alin.
you think?
Alin, roll me an insight check.
Huh?
Roll me an insight check.
Okay. Yeah, I'm doing that.
Okay.
That's not so bad.
Ironically,
Lynn's gonna figure it out.
so Twitch is making these hand gestures as if she's like flipping a coin and then catching it in the other hand and then dropping it in a bag or something along those lines. And everyone in the party is just like, they're like, you guys give her a thumbs up, like, yeah, thumbs up, right? And then looking at your other, wait, hang on, what? Alin, you're the only one that seems to make this connection on this that.
Because
It seems,
seen.
yeah, it seems she heard coins, money being handled.
Who's cat? Katie.
Me.
Yeah, it's loud. A loud baby.
That's the Stonehill Inn cat.
Yeah.
Gosh.
They have an in
Just
cat.
walks past. Yeah, it's the one that catches all the rats.
Lovely. There's
So Alin, you pick up on it. Do you do or say anything?
yeah, probably whisper something to as quietly as I can, like, yeah, we should check that
I kind of heard that. We should
Yeah,
check
we
that
should.
out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I already knew about the suspicious quantities of money.
Jin turns to Alin and points to Edgar, and then makes a little crawling motion that looks like a spider with their hand.
Can Edgar transform? So let me check what he can be. He can also be invisible.
I don't think spider is one of the standard forms for
It
an animal.
is.
It is? Oh, okay.
And
Raven,
I thought
a
it had been
rat, and a
used
spider.
before in this game.
He
A
can
raven, a rat,
transform.
and a spider. Okay.
So I'll have him transform into a spider.
One second. Where is your?
Can he be an invisible spider?
Yep.
Yes, he can.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, where the hell is this thing?
What thing?
Your I'm looking on your sheet for the find familiar. Oh yeah. Okay. Yep. Okay. You're good. So you have Edgar form into a tiny spider, which he seems to be able to fit underneath the door.
Which did Gabe go silent for everybody else?
Nope.
Huh?
Am
Yes.
I silent? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can hear
Okay.
you.
So he transforms into this small little probably black and green spider, based on your arcane colors there, or maybe a yellow and green spider. It's hard to tell. And then disappears.
No, I think my familiar would be black.
Black. Okay. Okay. So just a straight black spider.
It'd be black and yellow.
Okay, black and yellow. All right, yeah. So this tiny Edgar kind of like lands on Alin's hand, and as Alin looks at him, he just shrinks down into a tiny spider that fits in the palm of his hand, just yellow and black. And Alin puts him on the floor, and Edgar goes under the door and is invisible. And Alin, do you switch your views?
Yes.
Okay. You see Pinchwit humming and rifling through a rather large sack of coins. She just seems to be playing with the coins, like she's never seen this amount of money, probably. And she's just like picking up a coin, looking at it, like tossing it up in the air, catching it in her hand, and then like dropping it back in the bag, and then like digging into the bag, just kind of like playing with the money, basically.
She's Scrooge McDucking with her bag of gold.
Basically.
Yeah.
Awesome.
She's actually a dragon.
Thus, she and Twit can join secretly dragon gang.
Yeah.
We have a secret handshake and everything.
Alin, do you say you're doing anything else?
Yeah, I whispered that. I try to communicate this, but not be loud about it.
Okay. Roll me a deception check.
Is this like to be quiet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on.
Since you can't actually hear yourself speak, this is why I'm making you roll.
Yikes.
You said deception?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You managed to be quiet enough to where almost the rest of the party can't hear you. In fact, you guys can all hear him, but it's very, very, very quiet. What do you say?
I said I'm just stupid quiet.
Yeah. No. What do you say to the party?
They're like, okay. He has the suspicious money I mentioned earlier.
Well, he said he's expecting someone. Why don't we knock and then surprise him? her.
I'd say I vote we just push the thing open.
Twitch wants to like do the lock, like make sure it's not locked first. Can I tell that without touching it? Like if I investigate it or whatever?
Yeah, you could roll me an investigation check. Actually, roll me a perception check to see if you can visually tell if it's locked without touching it.
Okay, well I have a 18 passive perception.
Okay, well,
But I'll take 24 instead.
that's why I make you roll. Yeah, it does seem to be locked.
Okay.
Kiva's gonna send a telepathic message to Twitch. We don't think she's gonna try and run if we barge in on her, do we?
Twitch is gonna reply, you might want to ask the person with eyeballs on that situation.
Kiva will telepathically message Alin. We don't think she's gonna try and run if we barge in on her, do we?
I have no idea.
Twitch is gonna
You think we should
gesture
have someone come to the window?
She's roughly she's roughly 5 feet from the window. She's sitting on the floor next to the bed, on the wooden floor next to her bed. There's a desk on one side, and she just kind of like has the bag out on the floor. She's got a couple pieces of gold, strewn about the floor, and she's just kind of messing with the gold on the floor. But she is pretty close to the window.
So are we doing something?
Yeah. So what are we doing?
Twitch wants to gesture to the lock and then gesture to Jen, like, would you like a chance to go for it?
One moment.
Quietly picking it?
I can. First, Jen is going to turn to Alin. Is there anything of note inside the room that we should be worried about?
Do I see anything of note that we should be worried about?
Beside the window.
Dynamite.
There's having the spider look around the room. The room itself is pretty barren. She's got her bag and some clothes spread out on the bed. She seems to be a little messy, but not like an overly slob or anything. You do see a small dagger on the desk, but other than that, there doesn't seem to be anything threatening in this room.
Do you tell Jen that?
Yes.
Okay. I will go up to the door and try to quietly lockpick it.
Okay. Roll me a sleight of hand check. Not with advantage.
Okay.
Kiva is going to tell Alin, if she starts to move for the window, tell me
Nat
immediately.
20.
Nice.
You guys see Jen kind of like walks over to the door, whips out his lockpick tools, and he thumbs through it for like half a second, pulls out this long, thin piece of what looks like almost wire, folds it in half, and like quiet, you don't even hear a noise as he carefully shoves both sides in and fiddles with it for half a second. And for a moment, you think there's gonna be but there's not a single sound. And Jen pulls it back out just as quiet and looks back up at you, and looks over at you guys and just silently gives a thumbs up.
Can we golf clap?
Kiva's face definitely looks impressed.
And then Jen, I'll hold up 3 fingers and look at you all expectantly. And then do a 3, 2, 1, and Jen bursts in. Not like loud enough where Toblin will hear, but loud, like sudden enough she's gonna be surprised.
Okay. Is everyone else following?
Yes.
Yes.
I have my familiar crawl up to me.
And as soon as everyone's in, Jen will shut the door and say, Well, it seems like you have had a little bit of a secret you weren't telling us, which is very rude, considering we were going to escort you back.
Everyone roll me initiative. No, I'm just kidding.
Nicole's got
yeah,
a
you
shotgun.
This is gonna be over quickly.
right. You guys burst into the room and you just hear this as Pinchwit
Wait, what do we hear?
screams in terror. Stay back! I have a weapon! And she goes and runs over to the desk as fast as she can and grabs the dagger and turns around and looks at you. Oh,
Jin just
it's
raises
you.
an eyebrow.
Never mind. Yeah, so I've been meaning to tell you about this. Why don't you guys just calm down for a second? Let's everyone calm down. And
We're
you
not the ones that just screamed.
Right.
yeah. About that. One second. She walks over to the door and like cracks it open if you let her. It's fine, Toblin. I saw a spider. And goes back to her room. Comes back inside to you all. Okay, well, so here's the thing. So the town council told me not to tell you that I was actually going to carry the money back. And she looks really sheepish.
Insight check.
Why?
Yeah, everyone can who wants to can roll an insight check for this.
Gosh, dang it.
She's telling the truth, guys. Don't worry about it.
The
Okay.
skill monkey has y'all.
All right. Give me 1 second. Yeah. To you guys, it seems like she's. You're not sure. You kind of feel like she's leading you on, but it's really hard to tell. Except for Jen, who I sent separately.
Jin said, will kind of nod, raise the eyebrow, and say, I completely believe you, but why?
Well, see, you. She seems to be fumbling over her words, trying to explain this.
Is it about Dre's?
No, it's more about you guys have only been there essentially for like 3 days, and every time you guys come, bad shit happens. So they didn't want bad shit to happen to this. So they just wanted me to get the money and come back without telling you, so there would be less of you guys around me while I had the money.
Alright, one thing, I'm glad I'm not the only one who's noticed this. Second of all, that's stupid, because it's just as likely that you'll get jumped on the road.
Yeah, well, they didn't. They don't necessarily trust you. She looks really sheepish.
We saved their town multiple times.
Yeah, but you guys have only been there for like a couple days. They don't really know you.
Well, I was there for like weeks. Thanks.
I guess.
Okay.
Well, okay, Kiva. Yeah, but I didn't know you.
All right.
That is pretty true. You had never seen her before the time you
Yeah.
guys were slated to take her.
Yeah, that's fine.
But they
No,
trusted
no,
us.
Kiva's a bit more salty about the town council.
Yeah. It seems to be
Mhm.
more of the council didn't want to take any chances, is what
Okay.
she's trying to relay, and it's not coming out the way she wants.
And yet they trusted us with the giant goats.
Well, you guys are good fighters. It's obvious of that. They just, it's a lot of gold.
We have a lot of gold too. We don't need to steal it from the entire town.
As you guys look over this gold, there is a lot of gold. There is if you had to do some quick calculations, Jen or anyone else looking at the bag, There seems to be roughly 15,000 gold in this bag. It is a
Holy shit.
large bag of gold.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, there's a real reason why they wanted to keep that secret.
These goats must be like the world's best goats.
Well, maybe
Or
us,
also 50 of them. So-
maybe us knowing now and not trying to steal the gold will instill a little bit more trust in the future.
Well, I mean, I imagine so, especially when I tell him that you helped me back to Leland. She asking.
We may
For
need.
a small fee.
Do you want us to escort you back to Leland?
Yeah, oh yes, yes,
She was
absolutely.
like in the middle of asking that when she hears Twitch ask
Right.
about the small fee and is gonna like glare at Twitch.
I'm
We're
sorry,
not
I
hard-
missed it twice. Twitch, you asked about what?
I said, for a small fee.
Oh
If the
God.
town council
I
doesn't
immediately
trust us,
glare at Twitch and say,
Fuck 'em.
"We will escort you."
For free and maybe potentially have a friendly relation with you from now on that we could call on in potential future situations.
Yeah, I mean, as long
Great,
as you
then
guys-
we're friends.
Oh, okay.
Jin instantly slings a arm around her shoulder and says, "Don't worry, we'll take extremely good care of you on the road."
You all see.
But-
You all see. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Squirt.
Would it be more trustworthy to not escort her since they don't want us to do it?
Squirt says that as Jen bends down
They're
and puts
like
a hand
5D
around.
chess.
Yeah.
It's playing 5D chess.
Yeah, basically. Keep in mind, y'all. I don't know if you remember her description. She's a 3-foot forest gnome.
Yep.
Yep.
The bag
Jin
is,
will.
the
yeah.
bag of gold is almost as big as her.
Oh wow.
So
He
how did
was.
they want you to bring all this gold back?
Well, I was just supposed to procure a horse and ride back as fast as possible. I was gonna not follow the road, of course, and just kind of cut across the countryside, and it's faster that way. I know, but it's definitely better if I have companions.
Twitch is gonna look kind of confused and say, "Didn't the council tell you to bring back a cart?"
Sorry, that is what she meant. She was going to
not
take
just
it all
horse.
with a horse-drawn cart.
Yep.
Sorry, I did not say that right.
Okay.
But you also agreed to this. But now you want us to
Well,
escort you.
I did, but I kind of feel like, based on everything that happened with the things in the woods when, it's better if I have you guys with me, and I'm sure I can explain to the council, I can make this turn out fine. This will be fine.
I mean, we were the ones that came into the room. You didn't exactly tell us.
Right. So you're not at fault in any of this.
Just
We just
real
happened
quick,
to find out.
real quick questions. Were the friends you were waiting for us?
Well, yeah.
Can I make an insight check without being obvious?
I mean, she seems to be pretty straightforward at this point.
Okay.
She has yet to lie to you and hasn't given any indication that she plans to lie to you. Everything so far that she said, especially with your previous insight, Jen, everything seems to be she's just bearing her soul at the moment.
Okay.
She actually looks like she feels pretty bad about the situation.
Well, I'm sure it'll be fine. We just need to stay here a day or so for Dre's to rest up. We got in a small bit of a tussle. Nothing, no big deal. But we might need another day or so.
Oh, Was that from those weird storm clouds I saw?
Eh,
Might have had something to do with that.
Well, I could procure a cart and we could just, take our time going across the countryside. We don't have to follow the road, but sooner back rather than later back. But yeah, because I really don't want to hold on to all of this gold. She looks back at the bag really longingly.
we do have a bag of holding, and Kiva has it as the most trustworthy member, apparently. If you don't want it to be in sight of other people.
Um, Roll me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Is anyone kind of trying to help Jin persuade her to do that?
Well, I got a 26.
Not that she needs it. All right.
I mean, Kiva would like show the bag because she's seen her use it already, anyways.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
to kind of remind her, hey, yeah, this
Jin,
thing.
Jin, you can roll me a second one then. Go
Okay.
ahead, and we'll see if you get higher than a 26.
Same thing.
Okay. Yeah. To be honest, it was a high DC anyway. But that's definitely high enough. Yeah, I mean, yeah. She's the town council at least does talk about how trustworthy Kiva is, especially Marigold. She seems to really like you. Okay. And she walks back towards the bag and picks up the few pieces of coin that are on the floor and struggles a bit to pick the bag up, but eventually gets it up over her shoulder and walks it over to you, Kiva.
Oh yeah, you being on your own with that would not be a good idea. No offense.
I would just need to get it in a cart. It's fine.
Yep.
And then she puts it inside your open bag of holding.
Yeah, Kiva would have walked over to meet her,
Okay.
like where she had the bag.
Kiva,
Yeah.
Kiva, you may temporarily add 15,000 gold to your inventory.
I'm not going to add 15,000 gold to my inventory. I'm going to add a custom item that says bag of 15,000 gold.
Okay. However you want to do it. Okay, so at that point, she looks back up at you, Kiva, and just kind of gives this brief. Well, I guess there's no real rush, but I would like to get back to Leland soon at some point. Oh God, yeah, your friend does look pretty hurt though. Maybe we do stay another day here.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. We still need to touch base with Einar again too. So
Yeah. And she kind of like points a little bit, and as you look over at Dre's, he's got a little bit of like bacon grease drool like rolling down the side of his face from eating earlier.
Maybe you should go lay down.
Yeah, that sounds good. What were we talking about? Yes, laying down. Yeah, I'll go lay down. And he walks out of the room and walks to another room and closes the door. Like, he doesn't make his way back down to pay for the room. He just goes and lays down.
Jen will pay for
To
it.
be clear. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess we're gonna stay here for another day. So, are we gonna leave tomorrow morning? Because it'll probably still take a couple days to get to Leland.
right. Well, like I said, we still need to have a bit of a conversation with Einar. We'll probably have a better idea after that when we'd be able to leave. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I'll be here whenever you get back. Just let me know whenever
Okay.
you're ready to leave.
Yep, we'll do. Are you just going to be staying in here?
For the most part, I might visit the shrine for a moment and come back, maybe go see Barthen and talk for a little bit. But I should be here for the most part.
Okay, all right. I just don't want you to feel like you have to stay in your room the whole time. So
No, I'm much more free to leave now that you have the bag.
okay.
Does everyone leave?
Yes, and Jen will go pay for Dre's room, as well as put another tab on the big room.
Okay. Do you remember what it was? I think it was like 1 or 2
A
gold.
gold.
It was a gold. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Everyone else's room is like 1 silver. For
Yeah.
for whoever else is paying. There's 1 gold for you, Jin. So, 1 silver and 1 gold from Jin, and then 1 silver for everyone else.
Yeah, Kiva will go ahead and get a room in the inn this time.
Okay.
She's still not very happy with Toblin, but she's gonna actually try and inquire if she can get a room next to Pinchwit.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Just for to ease her mind a bit, since Kiva currently has the gold.
But yeah, when you say that to him, he's like, "Oh, that's perfect. That's the room I was gonna give you." And you kind of see him like switch keys real quick, and then hand you the key that you asked for.
Much obliged. Thank you, Toblin.
Not a problem. Not a problem. I always appreciate paying customers. All right, so everyone grabs their room. Is anyone staying in their room? Or is everyone going to see Einar? Except for
Einar.
Okay, everyone except for Dre's. Okay, so you guys go pay for your room. You get everything situated in your rooms separate, and meet back down in the common room and head down towards Einar's house, where you find the door closed. And as you open it up, you see Einar kind of pacing a little bit back and forth, and Morris is in the middle of speaking. Yes, and there was Tim from the hey guys. So it turns out it was people we knew. He looks really grossed out. Like, he looks a little green, not gonna lie.
Yeah, that was Kiva's
I'm
face
very
earlier.
sorry to hear that.
Sorry, say that again, Jen?
Yes, that was Kiva's face earlier.
Yeah, well, it doesn't help that I knew these people. I wasn't necessarily friends with all of them, but I very much knew them. Yes, it's a little disturbing that all of this happened right under our nose. We may have to implement something to see if we can... I don't know what, but I don't know. Did you all find anything else?
We found a letter. Apparently, my sister Grizel wanted her to actually leave by the time she came back.
Huh.
So she may have had her suspicions as well. It wasn't very detailed.
May I see the note?
Who grabbed it?
Yeah. Who was it? Kiva?
She's gonna hold on to the note.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Twitch.
Yeah, Twitch will hand it over to Einar. Trust Einar enough. Oh, well, that is very intriguing. I had no idea. If I'd have known, I would have definitely revoked some of her privileges. I appreciate you bringing this to my attention. It seems we're going to have to be a little more curt with some of our new founding members of Fandolin as they come in. Did you find anything else?
Found cartographers' tools.
Navigators.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Navigators' tools and caltrops and
Nope, no caltrops.
thieves,
Ball
or
bearings.
not caltrops. Yes, those.
Those.
And some thieves' tools.
Yes, well, obviously she was more than what she appeared to be. Femoris and I talked about the bodies, and I believe we're going to explain this as it is what it is. There's no real way around this. So, if anything, this will hopefully drive any other cultists out of town. We will. You're more than welcome to attend. We are going to bury all of these bodies discreetly if we can, and within the next probably 2 days or so, we'll have a town council meeting and inform the town.
I would like to be
What,
here
what
for that.
exactly will you be telling them?
Uh, Essentially everything you've told me, minus a few minor details. These are cultists. The specific cult that they are with. If anyone has any information to let me know.
Two cults.
The cultists are unwelcome in this town.
You are aware it does seem to be two cults.
Yeah. He's. I must not be conveying that right. He's trying to say that both cults.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Well, if you all find out anything else while you're here, please let me know. But unless I hear anything different, we're going to chalk this up as a bad day in Fandalen, and hopefully brighter days to come.
Right. On that note, though, is there anything else specific you want us to do? We'll still keep our eyes and ears open while we're here, but we were actually talking about possibly needing to leave sooner than later.
Well, no. I think you all have done enough. Believe it or not, despite my agitation earlier, you all have done another great service to Fandalen, and as much as it pains me to admit sometimes, I do appreciate having you all here.
All right. So, and Kiva will turn to like the rest of the group. So do we think tomorrow, or do we want to give Dre's a little bit more time to rest?
It might be good to give him some rest. I don't think he'll be back to a full working order after just one day.
We will have the cart, so it's not like he'll have to hike with us.
Yes,
Yeah,
but if we
so-
run into...
Technically speaking, in mechanical terms, Dre's essentially needs 3 more 8-hour stints. So if he rests for another 24 hours straight, it'll be gone.
Okay.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
That's fair.
mechanically speaking, it's 4 long rests. So long rests are minimum of 8 hours.
Okay.
Okay, so, no, I don't have anything else for you all while you're here. I would ask that you try to stay out of trouble as well as you can manage, looking directly at Eugen. Maybe Femoris will take you over to the beetle tank and show you what he's been working on. Oh, yeah, that would be great. I would love to show him what I've been doing. It looks so cool, guys. You'd be so surprised.
Well, we'd be happy to see.
All right, you guys. Is everyone leaving?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think so.
Okay. You guys.
Kiva would probably head back to the inn and like hang around with Pinchwit
Okay.
if we don't have anything else pressing to do.
Okay. That's fair. I'm just gonna kind of montage to speed it along.
That's cool.
Yeah, you guys spend the rest of the day kind of looking at the armory, seeing what they've done. Femoris tells you about the 4 or 5 initiates that he's been able to help train. You notice that he still has the limp on his left leg from where he apparently lost his leg at one point. Never quite recovered from that, but he does seem pretty good with his hands. He seems to be quite a established fighter, and he is very good with this beetle tank that now has 2 other crossbow sides So there's a main beetle tank with a large crossbow at the top, which essentially out of game. It essentially does 4d10 damage. There are two side little barrels with seats in them that have like a crossbow mounted on the front of it. And those are light crossbows, but still. So 4 people total can man this vehicle, 3 of which can fire simultaneously. It's actually a pretty cool feat of engineering.
Very cool. And Kiva's not there to see it.
Yeah, nope, she's not. And Kiva, you Kiva, you spend your the rest of the day with Pinchwit, and the two of you kind of talk a little bit about how she's doing, what brought her to Leland, and just kind of shooting the breeze and relaxing for a bit. Are you bringing up anything specific, or just kind of like having a chill combo?
Yep. Just chill conversation, just being there near her so she's aware. Okay, yeah, they're not trying to run off with anything.
Okay, I mean that's fair. Yeah, she doesn't seem overly concerned, but yeah, you guys spend the rest of the day just checking things out, looking around town, checking out what you've missed over the last year, essentially. You find Barthen has a new assistant. Lenine still doing her solo deal, and everything pretty much seems to be in order, other than the part that you have had to deal with. And you guys turn in for the evening, and everyone gets a long rest, including Dre's.
He's getting an extra long rest.
Yeah, I may have actually misread that. So yeah, let me double check that.
Okay.
Misread what?
The death. Where is
Rules
it?
regarding long rests and stuff like that.
I need to do it. Of course, this is not anything that. Whatever. I'll look it up later, and I
I'll
think
see if I can find it.
if
so
you
you can
if
keep-
you can find it, that'd be good. I
Yep.
don't know why I can't. Oh, it's in this book, isn't it? Combat. Okay.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah.
Player's Handbook, section on resting.
Oh, it's on
Uh,
resting. See, I'm in
yeah.
combat, death saving
Yeah.
throws.
It specifically says a character can't benefit from more than one long rest in a 24-hour period.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, it'll take another three days for Dre's to be back to full health, full restitution.
Restitution, I like that.
Yeah, you guys spend the night. You guys wake up probably fairly early in the morning. Twitch, if you're back, you probably have an extra 4 hours on everyone.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'd be doing anything.
Yes, I'll message it.
Okay. Is that you're gonna send the message before you sleep, and then we'll do another one when
for
you wake
sure.
up.
Not just that, but there is. I need to go back through my notes. I had something that she was working on.
Oh, okay, that works. Yeah, definitely let me know. All right. So if anyone has any downtime activities they would like, this would be a good time to do that. If you guys are gonna spend the next few days here, working on reading or working on. Dre's is going to be sleeping and reading. That's basically all he's doing until he gets better.
I know I missed this when you guys were deciding, but why are we spending the next few days here?
If you decide to spend the next few days here.
Right. So again, that would be the thing I was going to ask. Are we going to spend a few days here in Phandalin, or are we going to let Dre's ride in the cart and make our way back to Leland and let him finish resting there?
Yeah.
I
Which is
would
I'm gonna
like,
do some reading.
Okay.
Some reading.
I would like to see the calling out ceremony, the burial.
Okay, so we want to stick around for that.
I do.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
Is everyone on board with that? Staying until the bodies are buried and the town council meeting has occurred.
that sounds good to me. Kiva would be good with that.
Okay.
I feel like Leland would understand with these circumstances.
Yeah.
Or
Leland's
they
already
should.
Offended and being attacked on a daily basis. I don't think they're going to be very understanding.
Well, mass murder, and also they don't really have a choice.
To be fair to everyone, you guys would also realize that they would not be expecting you yet. They were
Right.
expecting that trip just to get to Fandolin to take a full week. So you guys
Yep.
arrived 3 days early.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as they know, we're still on the way to Fandolin.
Uh-huh.
So we've been in town for 1 day, so they still think we have 2 days before we even arrive.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I would say that we can spare, 2 more days?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's when it's supposed to happen, I think.
That's what he said. Within the next 1 or 2 days
Yeah.
was when we're going to make the announcement.
And if there are people in this town who are still allied with these cults, we might be able to suss out who. Maybe from reactions or something.
Okay. So you guys, we're gonna say you guys stay the next 2 days. So
Okay.
I'm gonna say it so I have it recorded. Draze and Lynn, if you are just like reading and relaxing, are you doing?
I
that?
just
Sorry,
What?
say that again.
I said I deserve it.
Okay, you rest and read. Okay. Yeah, Draze is gonna do the same thing. So the two of you will both get, if you're doing it for the next 2 days, a full, I would say, probably 28 hours in your book.
How many hours was that?
28 if you're just resting and reading.
Okay, that goes over my limit because
All
I'm
right.
at 90.
All right. So as you finish reading this book, Alin, you get the sneaking suspicion as you're about halfway through that this is gonna lead you to a new spell that you had not realized that you might be able to cast. But this spell is giving you new insight, or this book is giving you new insight into the Death's Ward spell. And by the time you finish reading it, you feel really confident in the fact that you know this spell in and out, and you are fairly certain that you're pretty certain you could cast this now. You now have the known spell to you, Death Ward.
Oh, so can't you cast this once per day? I think you said at one point.
Uh-huh. Yep.
So
Without-
it's basically an arcanum.
Yeah, it allows the book. I think you have it in your book. The book allows you to cast it once per day without any.
Use of spell slot.
Yeah, I think that's the way I worded it. It was without a use of a spell slot.
Yeah. So I don't need to. It's like my, what's it called?
Innate. It's now an innate spell that you can cast.
Yeah. It was about to call like the one that I like the ones you get from invocations.
Gotcha.
Right.
During these 2 days, I think Jen is actually going to head over to Lenine's. Or I am going to head over to Lenine's. And I want to strike up a deal with her. So I'm gonna go in.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, Lenine, I know you make armor. Do you have experience in medium armor yourself? Just a question.
Sorry, say that one more time. Do you happen to have what?
Do you have experience in using medium armor as well?
I could probably show you a little thing or two about using a little heavier armor than what you have on.
That's what I was hoping for. I recently came into acquisition of a very powerful medium armor. However, I do not know how to use it, and I'm going to be here for the next 2 days. So I was wondering if it would maybe be okay for me to come by and for you to show me a bit.
I think we can. I think we can work something out. I'll tell you what. It'll be a twofer. Not only will I show you how to use medium armor, but and she kind of gives you this cockeyed smile. But I'll also show you how to use smithing tools if you agree to help me fix a few things around here.
Jim will give a similar smile back. I think that could be arranged.
Okay. So you spend the next 2 days then. So what she's gonna do is she's gonna not necessarily teach you. Um, this won't necessarily count for hours. All of it will not necessarily count towards hours of
Yeah.
learning a new proficiency. She's gonna teach you how to practice for yourself so that you can add your hours practicing on your own. If that
Okay.
makes sense. So you will still get like 8 hours ish of practice, but you now know how to practice with medium armor on your own.
So
if you
it's more
have medium
effective.
armor.
Sorry. So it's more effective than when I was trying before, trying to figure it out, just
Absolutely.
attacking things.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. This because of what she showed you, it's not going to take 1,000 hours. So, you know, mechanically, it's going to take you 500 hours. So half the time.
Okay. That's still a lot.
It's still a lot, but if you're practicing literally every day for like an hour or two, it adds up. Drace can tell you he's almost at 200 hours.
I thought you said that we were gonna actually have it less than by the book hours.
Oh, you
'cause
know what? I
thought
did. It'll be. I'm sorry. You're right. I did. I was actually gonna half that initial bit, so it'll be 250 hours, not 500.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah. Because 1,000 hours is ridiculous.
And I had gotten like 6 hours the other day, and then plus 8. No, it was 3 hours the other day. So I'm up to 11 hours. And
Okay.
in between all this, like when she closes up shop, Jen is actually going to go by the shrine and slip in, even though no one's there. And Jen's just gonna kind of sit there for an hour or so.
And just like look at the like people watching the shrine.
Yeah, and also just Jen's trying to figure out, or I'm trying to figure out kind of my feelings on all of this, and it's conflicting. And I mean, might as well.
Okay. You don't really hear anything new,
Yeah,
but I mean, you
I
hear a
figured.
few like rumors at the rumor mill, but nothing that really like stands out as something that might even be remotely true. Just people in passing, like, hey, did you hear old Jeff down got the syphilis and you know that kind of nonsense.
Okay. Jen will also leave a couple of gold,
Okay. Okay.
like maybe 3.
All right. So Kiva's gonna spend the next couple days helping with the bodies.
I sent you a message about specifically what she's going to do.
Okay. 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 So you're gonna conjure the animals to help dig.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that'll speed things up. It's only 5 bodies, but they're being a little more discreet about it. So they are going to be buried outside of town, actually around the grave site that most people don't really go visit because not a whole lot of people die here very often. So yeah, you're able to do that and help. It does speed up the time, so it does only take 2 days, not 3 days for everything to get buried and done with. I'm sorry, 1 day, not 2 days.
Well-
but they don't have the town council meeting until like towards the end of the second day, so you guys still get your
Okay.
2 days.
So, how long do you think it would take 8 giant badgers to dig 5 graves?
Like maybe a couple hours.
Okay.
Especially if other people are helping dig those holes.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. So.
And then I did have one other thing she wanted to do since we've got 2 days before we leave.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just trying to remember the name of the person she wants to go see.
Gotcha. All right. Well, while you're thinking,
Okay.
Twitch, are you looking around town for that person?
No, I'm going back through our old messages to see what I was told about that bounty. I think I found the one. Well, that sucks. I think the information that she had, she wouldn't be looking for things in Van Dolen.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say. Okay. Well, you can definitely do the other stuff. You can take 2 days off of that the thing you're doing, for your time stuff.
For the Neverwinter stuff?
Yep. And
Okay.
as far as the Sending Stone, I think you and I will have to have a out of session like chat.
Why?
Because I have to figure out a response. Yeah. Okay. And that leaves Squirt. What are you doing?
Squirt would like to spend the next couple days making, like potions from the mushrooms she's collected.
Oh, you can absolutely do that. Roll me a nature check and a sleight of hand check. And you can roll with advantage, actually, because you're spending extra care, extra time doing this over the course of a couple days.
For both of them?
Yes, for both of them.
Oof.
All right. Whew. It's a good thing you know your mushrooms, Squirt. Roll me a... Yeah, roll me a d4. How many different mushrooms are you using? Because I know you have a few. Actually, let's do this. Roll me a d4. Oh, okay. So, yeah, that kind of checks out with your nature roll, though. Okay. So you spend the next couple days like messing around with these mushrooms and probably having a couple bites as you're messing around with them, and you figure out. I think one's probably too much. I'm gonna give you 2, not 1. I was really expecting not a 1. So you can pick 2 of those mushrooms that you have on the list to make a potion that'll do the same thing as the mushroom, and you can use that either in a powder form, so aerosol form, or a liquid form. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can change those mushrooms into whichever component version you would like.
Okay.
So just 2 of the set that you have.
Okay.
Yeah, it is pretty difficult to work to powderize a mushroom within a 2-day time stint, so it makes sense. But yeah, you're definitely able to do that, and I think that's everyone. Yes, everyone. And what is? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's why Twitch. I thought I had changed both stones, and I apparently just changed the one. If you guys have a sending stone that is from Acquisitions Incorporated, change that to not that sort of sending stone.
Okay.
There's one with that has a rank on it. You guys don't have ones with rank.
Right.
And I think actually I think Squirt has one like that as well. And maybe it's Jin. I don't remember. You guys have so many damn sending stones. Okay, so you guys spend the next 2 days doing all of that stuff, learning your knowledge and getting your information, making your items, and helping deal with these bodies. And Kiva, you had something else that you were doing that I didn't get to.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm still trying to find the name of the person.
What were they?
The lady at the windmill, the midwife.
Oh, Adabra.
Adabra, there it is.
I could never forget that with how that thing went out. Yeah, Adabra
Okay.
Gwyn.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so unfortunate news about Adabra Gwyn is you ask around and decide you want to go check out Adabra's windmill. You find out that she was actually the person that was mauled by the black cat.
Oh no.
There's a thing with a black.
Okay.
Yeah, the whole story about the black cat, the reason why there are notices of grievances to begin with.
I thought that was because Kiva changed into a black cat and left town.
Nope. No, Jin actually heard a story from Toblin about how a woman was mauled by a black cat shortly after you guys left town.
Cool.
So
that
yeah,
person-
Adabra is no longer with you on this mortal coil of a plane.
Oh well, then in that case, she definitely still wants to go check out the windmill.
Yeah, you make your way out to the windmill, and the door is locked. The windmill seems to be operational. If you knock on the door,
Yep.
a young woman looking to be roughly about 23 answers the door. Yes, what do you want?
Hello, I was just curious. I had heard news that Adabra passed some time ago, and I just was looking for her. Might I inquire who you would be?
I would be her daughter.
Okay.
Priscilla Gwyn.
Okay. Are you still doing her sort of thing here? She would make potions, that sort of thing.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I do have a few. They're 50 gold a piece, though.
I actually wasn't interested in the potions so much as like if you have supplies
What sort of supplies?
for like making potions, and like she's gonna reach into her bag and pull out some of her herbalism kit tools and things like that.
Ah,
Um,
well,
she just kinda wants to, yeah.
I don't know about the nature side of things, but I have, and she kind of like points back, and you see like this large alchemist kit set up on one of the
Okay.
back tables. I do have a large alchemist set that I work with that Mother left me, but oh, you
so
know, she did have another little yeah, she did. There is another smaller set, if you're interested in that.
Sure, yeah. I was just, I'll be clear. I wanted to talk with her about her process for making potions, and if she'd be willing
Okay.
to share.
She's gonna first inquire. How did you know my mother?
Unfortunately, I didn't know her that well. I met her in passing when I first came to Phandalin. Gosh, over a year ago
Oh,
at this point. Yeah, because Kiva wasn't part of the group when all
No.
that went down.
nope, she
So,
was not.
yeah.
Well, that's yeah, that's about the time that she passed away. Yeah, I can work with you a little bit on trying to showing you how I make them. And see.
I'd appreciate that. I'm actually currently set up, sort of established in Leland, and was thinking about the possibility of maybe trying to do a bit of business type thing there. Perhaps we could collaborate.
maybe. You see her kind of a smile, a slight small smile. I have been meaning to expand, and she, air quotes, operations here. Um, yeah, come in, come in.
Yeah.
Uh,
And we don't have to
no,
roleplay that
yeah.
whole.
The two of you spend the
Yeah.
next probably day and a half over the
Okay.
the course of whatever. She shows you how she makes her potions, and you kind of get a little bit of an idea of how to do it. Very similar to Jen. She shows you how to make potions so that you can practice on your own, but you're not
Alright.
skilled enough to make it yet.
That's fair. Okay, and then the only other thing with that is like maybe negotiate kind of like an exchange of letters, that kind of thing. Just an arrangement for like, I learned something new, I'll pass it along to you. You learn something new, pass it along to me. That sort of thing.
Gotcha.
Just kind of a partnership type thing, not necessarily, not like a business partnership, so to say, but friendly relations between two businesses.
Gotcha.
If you get what I mean.
And shared learning.
Yeah, I think we could probably work something out.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So she kind of like tries to go about setting up some sort of like she shows you like her ledger, kind of a little bit how she sets up her business practice and how where the money flows in and out and that sort of stuff. And the two of you kind of talk about how you could possibly ship product back and forth between each other, that sort of stuff.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. All right. So with everyone else, I think that is everyone. Why the hell does that not? That is so annoying. God, trying to fix Dreza's stats here.
Okay.
There we go. I think I got it all. Okay. He's at -1 now, not -3. Okay. So towards the end of the second day, you all there's a loud ringing of a bell, and Femoris kind of walks around town like, "Come to the town council. We're having a town that sort of deal." And you kind of watch as Einar, exactly how he told you, describes what happened, the situation around town. If anyone has any news or anything, to let him know immediately so it can be handled. And yeah, basically they've buried the bodies already. They informed the people who they were. It's no one that you guys know, but you hear a few cries and several people sniffling as they apparently knew who they were. And it is roughly about 6 p.m. on the second day when that happens.
Can we be watching the crowd to see if there's any suspicious reactions?
You guys don't notice any suspicious reactions. Everyone seems to be pretty genuinely either upset or not at all upset.
Okay.
Okay.
Everyone seems to be pretty genuine.
Semi-related question, and we could talk with Einar about this as well. Has anybody suddenly up and left town in the last 2 days?
Not that you've seen. And if you ask Einar about it, he would tell you yes, but it's nothing out of the ordinary. We get travelers coming through all the time.
Okay. Wow. Kiva was thinking specifically anyone that wasn't necessarily travelers just passing through, but people that had been here for a little while just suddenly up and leaving.
No one like that has up and left.
Okay, cool.
And so you all finish doing your stuff for the second day. You go back and have a drink or two maybe, and kind of relax for the night, and everyone wakes up fresh and early in the morning on the third day, and it is roughly about 7:30. And I'm gonna ask, because we started late, do you guys want to continue, or you guys want to pause till next week?
Done.
Okay. Okay.
I could, although it might be a good idea to end here
Yeah.
since Veronica is having to get up so much and
Yeah,
also Drace is
I
gone.
agree. Plus, Draze isn't here.
Yeah, and I was gonna say I've been up most of the day after working last night.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah.
that's fine.
I'm a
So
little- I'm a
we'll pick
little
back
tired.
up. I'm going to attempt to play sometime during this coming week, because next weekend I will be traveling more than likely again. So if you guys can message me times or days that you are free this week so that we can kind of get things situated. I would like to play this week if I can help it, and if not, then we'll have to postpone it out again. But I would very much like to play.
Okay.